Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
very good.
Good.
Sorry,
I was
I'm
like,
just
I'm gonna
adjusting here.
stand up too. You always stand up in your live, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna stand up too.
We're
So
gonna
how
make you
are
work
you?
today, Leah. We're gonna make you work.
Yes, I know. It's like I have not had to like put on makeup in a long time, so here we are. And I put all Osmosis makeup on today, so yay, so exciting.
You look
And
lovely.
yeah, so how are you? How have you been? It's been a little bit since I last talked to you, which was on my YouTube channel, and you told us some sneak peeks. And let me tell you, one of those was the Epic Skin Tool, which people love, and I'm so happy. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect, and it's even better than I even expected. So kudos, people are so happy. But how have you been since then?
I've been doing really good. You know, it's these are chaotic times, but we're over here. We're constantly innovating. You know, even during this tough time where I'm telling you, suppliers are crazy. They shift their schedules on us all the time. But we have more and more innovations coming out. Several planned for 2021. Hopefully, one or two still this year. And so I keep excited that way. I've been getting, you know, a lot of your people, Leah, write me directly for some specific advice that a lot of times you might send them to me, which is great. And so I think we're really helping a lot of people. And yeah, no, my days are full.
Good. Well, yeah, I think that's what's great about our customers and clientele is I always tell them to be very like use their voice. We need to know like what you love, like is there something that isn't perfect? And so I love to hear the feedback, and of course when it's with Osmosis it's always great feedback, so I'm always happy to hear that. Well, the first thing that we're going to talk about, because I have like all the paperwork for your new launches here, so if you I have the deets.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get special privileges.
I don't know if I'm supposed to have it, but I have it. So I know you probably didn't watch my latest YouTube video, but for anybody else that watched my last YouTube video, it's okay. I forgive you. My morning routine, and actually my night routine too, always has Rescue in it. I said it's one product I will always have in my routine, and you're reformulating it. So that's the first thing, because I wanted to know, like, how can you make this product better? Like, what are you doing?
Well, that's a good question. So the one place where I wanted Rescue to do more, and this is a personal thing. Usually these are personal reasons where I'm like, can we do better? And so there's a level of damage that occurs at certain age spots where the repeated UV exposure. So let's go back to the broad concept of Rescue. The idea is that you have oxygen in your skin. It is present both in your dermis and your epidermis. And every time you go in the sun, some of that oxygen free radical turns into a free radical. That causes damage to primarily at the surface level of your skin, the dermal epidermal junction. So this is, when your epidermis is constantly shedding, which it does, right? Every 30 days, we get this turnover of almost the entire layer of your epidermis. Well, one part of that does not turn over, and that is your DEJ. That is the most inflamed area of your epidermis that doesn't keep recycling. Right. And so that is the area that takes the long-term hits. And what we want to do is we want to repair all that oxidative damage, and Rescue is a patented formula that uses a special stabilized oxygen that accelerates the repair of that oxidative damage. And what I found was, and this happened to me because back in the day when I would get bad sunburns, I was testing my drinkable sunscreen before I made it work in salt water, but I didn't learn it didn't work in salt water until I burned the bejesus out of myself. And then it was sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
The time I learned that it didn't that I could sweat it out. Like I had a lot of growing pains when I was first testing my drinkable sunscreen, burned the bejesus out of myself 3 times. And so what I get from that is long-term damage that's not as much oxidative as it is DNA. So the basis of this new formula was I did some exploring in the world to find some exotic ingredients that could accelerate the DNA damage at the DEJ level
Mm-hmm.
And so we would add that to the oxidative repair, and the combination. So we put in there ingredients that Morin is specifically what I was looking for. This ingredient called Morin, which is this exotic repair ingredient really nobody uses. And so we're putting Morin in there along with blue blockers. So we're helping when it's on your skin, it's going to help protect you from the damage related to computer screens and some extra radiation protection from the sun. So it's sort of more protective than it has been. So normally I think of Rescue as being proactive and repair focused. Now it's going to have a little combination of both and a little extra DNA damage repair that so for some people, if they've been using Rescue, and this is going to typically be since people over the age of 60, I would say, they're more likely to have a couple of age spots that are not liver spots, but they're DNA-based age spots.
Right.
And so that's what this new formula is intended to sort of accelerate the repair of those. And it just makes it better. So yeah, I'm super excited about
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, so is the original Rescue still going to be available, or it's just transitioning to the new and improved Rescue 2.0?
The original Rescue will remain in the formula we have for the direct-to-consumer line called Epidermal Repair Serum.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see how long that lasts. But yeah, the Rescue MD version that estheticians sell, that will be the only, this will be the only available formula. Now there's another, I hate to tease it even, but I'm working on I only hate to tease it because I'm having a raw material issue on it, but it is, it's a crossover acne, because not everybody, like if I can make your acne better and not make you have to spend as much on Rescue, because Rescue is an expensive product for certain acne
does a lot
because they don't have the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is detoxing the skin, and that's what it's designed to do for acne, especially in that first phase when we're treating the internal causes of acne.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking for a more affordable option, so I have this new hybrid version of a Clarify Rescue coming out. Now I don't know how far out that is because again I'm hitting a wall on something, but hopefully by the end of the first quarter.
That's so exciting. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, on when you were with us on YouTube, you had said I think it was like the Epic Skin Tool was gonna be out in like June, and it ended up coming out in August. And I got an email like every day, like on your YouTube video, you said. I'm like, I know he said it. I didn't say it. I swear. So yeah, I always tell everybody, if we say January, just give us a month.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard judging the effects of COVID. Kind of permeate through the industry, and we're not always sure. Sometimes it is actually our mistake, but on that one it was just the manufacturers are slow. Yeah,
raw materials right now for like all of our brands is hard to get. So no, luckily everybody is wonderful and patient. So when you want your great skincare, people will wait. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
The next thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm super excited for the new Rescue. Oh, I saw a question really quick while I find, is it going to still have the same smell? I hope so. I like the smell of it, so it's fine.
So the smell comes from the manufacturing of trioxylane. Trioxylane itself carries this sort of ozone scent, and I'm trying to remember because we have tried to see if we could put a little, masking of that scent, and I'm trying to remember if we were successful in this. I kind of think not.
That's okay.
So it may or may not have that scent in it, but it feels a little different. It's a little more moisturizing, which is
that's nice, like a silkier feel. Okay, fine.
It's a little bit more of a silkier feel than the current formula, which is really nice. So I've been really been pleased with it. But yeah, I don't think we did get the scent on this one, and I'm trying to remember what we ran into. I think it's it's the famous statement of it's like lipstick on a pig. Sometimes you're not going to be able to hide that ozone, and so then you just have this weird sort of scent plus ozone, and it's not necessarily better. So We'll see, but I would say probably not. I'm trying to, my memory's not clicking in.
Hey, I like the smell. Well, the next question or the next product I want to talk about, I don't know if it's coming out this month or next, but regardless, is a internal supplement. And I think it's called Regenerate, which I'd love to hear more about it. And we already have a digestive enzyme, which our customers love. I personally love it myself. How is this different?
Oh, yeah, no, so it's totally different pathway. So what, another thing, you know, like we, along the way, you know, we've had all these kind of innovative ways of approaching, you know, melasma, we treat from the inside out. And I've connected a lot of things to liver damage. But what I was finding was immune activator, which is what you take if you have melasma, is only working on oxidative damage. It's the same kind of story as we were just talking about for the skin. It's oxidative. And so I was looking around the world for a solution for non-oxidative liver damage, because that is what causes liver spots. It's a different pathway, which is why, you know, when you get melasma, it's usually two sides of the face and a lot bigger. Liver spots is usually like one spot here or spots on your arms or hands. And so, you know, we sort of uniquely believe liver spots are from the liver. And we, so in the process of doing that research, I think I've stumbled on to the magic combination. And essentially what it's going to do is it's going to accelerate liver repair, and it will do so both for melasma, because part of melasma is healing, but we combine it with immune activator. But for the liver spots, we believe we have found that solution where we can accelerate liver repair over 3 months and make your liver spots just heal and disappear over that time frame. Now, what I added to it, hold on one second, I've got a weird message here. What I've added to it is a formula to accelerate collagen repair. So the other piece, and we, you know, we're in the first phases, we're not going to have before and afters for you. You know, we're not going to have some of the testing that we've been able to do. But honestly, I mean, you know, every supplement I've made in the last several years has proven to be a rock star, if I may say so myself, as far as it performed just like I thought it would.
Absolutely.
You know, not everything is for everybody, but and actually it's always exceeded expectations. So I am sort of sitting on my edge of my seat, because I think there's a chance that the combination of the amino acids we put into this formula with AKG. So you remember AKG? Yeah. AKG is in our catalyst. AKG is sort of a secret to the supplement world. Like, for some reason, very few people use AKG in their supplements. But when you combine it with what I'm using, which is grass-fed cow liver extract, because I believe like heals like. So part of the way we're accelerating liver repair is we are utilizing the nutrients from liver extract as the tools for rebuilding. And so when you combine that with AKG, it just creates this new massive stimulus for that to happen. Now, on the flip side, because why? Because AKG is what makes proteins stick together. So if you're rebuilding liver, you need proteins sticking together in an accelerated way. AKG does that. Now, on the flip side, when you talk about collagen, in order to make amino acids stick together to make collagen and elastin, you also need AKG. That's why Catalyst works effectively. It also uses L-ascorbic acid, but AKG works in a similar way. So super excited to put the amino acids of the critical aspects of collagen manufacturing with the liver extract for the critical aspects of making new hepatocytes, liver cells, and mixing that with AKG. And that is the, you know, the trifecta, if you will, to accelerate it. So I do expect people to see their fine lines. Like, it's going to augment what Osmosis was already doing for their aging skin. And it should happen over a 3-month period. So it's not, you know, my whole thing about collagen supplements is they're not very targeted. They're not really telling your skin to make more. They're not really giving your skin a way to make more. So most people don't realize when they're replenishing their collagen, they might take a collagen powder right now. What ends up happening is your skin, probably over 95% of the making of new collagen is from recycled collagen parts. So your skin hasn't really been starving for collagen. So that's why very few people who take collagen supplements today are seeing significant changes in their lines. Like it's just not really part of it. Now, occasionally someone who was missing something in their diet, maybe that collagen is filling the bill, but they need to know that collagen that they ingest breaks into amino acids in the stomach. It doesn't stay collagen all the way through, and then your body's like, oh, that's skin collagen, let's send it to your skin. Like that doesn't happen. It's from cowhide, right? It's from cowhide. So it's just about amino acids at the end of the day. You swallow the collagen, your stomach breaks it into amino acids, then your body says, well, what are we going to do with this? And the trick in my opinion, of how you accelerate repair is not by just saying, here's amino acids you may or may not need. It's, here are very specific amino acids that I personally have deduced are the critical ones for that might be a bottleneck in the making of collagen. And then here's the AKG, which is clinically proven in research to cause this huge acceleration when you supplement it. And that doesn't happen when you take vitamin C. A lot of people would say, well, why wouldn't I take vitamin C? Would that accelerate it? Vitamin C gets utilized in a lot of places. AKG has a really unique property. So super excited about that. This is Regenerate. It'll be out sometime, and I know your customers are gonna hold us to this. So I expect it in the first week of December.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first. Well, perfect. Yeah, I don't know what I get more excited when it comes from Osmosis, the topicals or the internals, because, and I think, you know, being in this industry, I've gotten to talk to a lot of people, and when it always comes to your name, people are like, he's literally gonna like heal the world with his internal, because you're not just passionate about the topicals, you're passionate about what you're putting inside too, because it matters. So I get so excited. I never know like which one I talk first, topicals or internal.
Well, we definitely don't believe in the Me Too kind of model. Like if I'm only going to bring it out there if it's going to add to, there's something missing. Like if I felt like collagen powders were getting it done, I wouldn't have even gone down that direction. I just knew there was more that could be done and should be done. And then when it comes to the topicals, the same thing. Like we do have a list right now. Like I have a therapeutic body oil. I expect my sample any day. And that could be turned around really quickly. And that is going to be a really exciting product.
And when's that one coming out?
Well, since my first sample, they could hit out of the park. It's not too complicated. My first sample, this will actually be my first CBD product as well.
Oh, okay.
So, yes,
I'm getting all of like the down low here. Okay, this is great.
Yes, you're getting special info. And really, you know, it'll be 10 times the typical CBD product in quantity. It'll be the purest, most active version of CBD, and it's not going to have a mental effect. It probably have a bit of a calming effect. The whole idea here is, you know, to reduce the inflammatory effects on the skin. CBD is a nice ingredient for that, but it's actually going to have a lot of medicinal therapeutic sort of joint pain, general inflammatory benefits. It's in an oil base. We've got actually, I can't even tell you some of the secrets that are coming, but we have a way.
I won't tell anybody. Go ahead.
No, we have a way to accelerate the penetration of it. That'll be coming out sometime around the same time. And yeah, anyway, so it's the best oil for the skin. It is a ton of really anti-aging ingredients. Like it's not just meant to be an anti-inflammatory body moisturizer. It's literally meant to improve the age reversing qualities osmosis usually brings, along with this whole therapeutic thing. So I'm really excited about that product. I think it's going to be pretty spectacular.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, and then we have like a body moisturizer and a body wash, and you know, I'm not sure how much of the stuff's going to make it to market before June, but I'm trying. I'm always pushing.
Well, one thing I know we've been talking about for a few years is Enlightened. I think that's been gone now for maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is more of like the spot treatment. Maybe not spot treatment, you use
Yeah.
it all over, but for pigment, melasma, just overall brightening. Is that going to be something that we're finally going to see early this next year?
Oh, listen, I've been trying to push that one along. We finally got the tweak of the formula we like. We're in the packaging phase. You know, my staff always wants to kill me. I'm not sure if that, I think that might be scheduled for January 1 launch.
Great.
Which is going to come faster than we know. And
Yeah.
so the whole idea here, so this is an important concept to kind of run through with people. I'm not generally a fan of lighteners because most people use them on their whole face. They reduce their melanin content. They're still going outside, so they're now less protected by their natural protective qualities, which is melanin in your skin. And so I generally don't recommend that. I'm a spot treater. So for years we were selling Enlightened as a spot treatment. And again, that's what this will be sold as. But why Enlightened and, you know, why not even more holistic route? Because I still am going to reduce the production of melanin on your spot zones wherever you touch it. Well, the answer is we didn't have that solution for liver spots, which now we're going to put out there. But some people for melasma, it takes 6 months to get their liver healed enough. And the same thing may be true with liver spots. So what we're giving people is a short-term strategy to make it cosmetically better while we're healing the source internally. And that's really what this is. What I realized in my formulating, because I was always trying to compare my old Enlightened formula to existing lighteners on the market. And the one huge step back that we always faced was the most impressive lighteners on the market always included an aggressive exfoliating part to them. So why I think this is important is your skin's so intelligent that when you put lightener on it repeatedly, it figures out how to work around it. So I think most lighteners that don't have an exfoliation piece end up having maybe a 3-month window of efficacy. Then the skin's like, I got you figured out. I'm going to work around it. But what we added was Brighten. So this is a combo kit where we have the most gentle turnover stimulus without damaging the DEJ with acid. So it's designed to be a very mild but persistent turnover accelerator, if you will. So yeah, I think the two together will prove out to be, you know, very an excellent lightener for the temporary time that you should need it. And the reason why I say temporary is because hopefully, you know, Regenerate and Immune Activator do their job.
That's so exciting. Yeah. No, we always tell all our clients too, yeah, you spot treat, obviously. So I'm glad you touched on that as well. And the last thing, it says cool tool, and I was like, is it like that's the name of it? It's just a really cool tool. Like, what is this?
Well, you know, I'm big on my names, and you know, like Epic is supposed to be a play on epidermis, right? And cool tool is another skin tool. I believe that will be the name of it, and it is a cooling tool. So the whole idea is we created we actually built our own mold to create sort of this, well, it's a cooling tool primarily for facials. I think we're going to allow the public to also have it. It is a, you know, it's going to move lymphatics. It's going to cool the skin down. It can be used for relaxation. So it's going to have all those collateral benefits, but essentially it's a passive cooling system. But the way we've designed it, it stays cool for 30, 60 minutes. Even if you leave it out, it's going to be cooler than room temperature.
Awesome.
So, but most of the time we might tell people keep it in the refrigerator, and it's just a really nice thing to have. So it's going to be good for rosacea, for acne, for bug bites, for you know, irritated skin. That's the category. And yeah, it's a fun new little tool that we're coming out with. So it's not going to revolutionize anything quite like Epic, where we, you know, accelerated penetration pretty dramatically. But it is, I think it's going to be really well received.
Oh, I have no doubt. And great question. Any new makeup? And I completely can't believe I forgot to talk about that, because the CC cream, my favorite makeup product from Osmosis, the CC cream was discontinued, but you're replacing that, right?
Well, listen, if you knew the level of effort going into trying to find the perfect formula to replace the CC cream, it's been a 2-year effort. And it's been fascinating. I'm trying to remember some of the roadblocks we hit along the way. We pretty much settled on a formula, and now it's just a matter of, I don't even know where that's at. Do you know where that's at? I'm looking for help.
Help.
I think that the anticipation is before June. So it's definitely, in the early half of next year. We're definitely, the emphasis on Osmosis Color is moving towards high performance products. So, we're bringing out better eyelash lengthening mascaras. We're bringing out better brow gels. Really just focusing on having the cleanest, highest performing version of the most popular things that women like to have in their arsenal out first. And we know how big CC cream is. Even though CC cream the concept is pretty much dated now, so we may not use the term CC, but we're trying to incorporate ingredients that have a much more skin therapy stint to them. So I am encouraged by it. But to be honest, I don't have the latest. You are not going to be able to get out of me the most accurate date.
It's okay.
Don't hold it to me. I don't know it, but I'm trying.
Yeah, well, you can kind of see in some of the comments that people have been writing, or typing, I should say. Luckily, with the makeup portion is, even though the CC cream isn't available, you don't need it, because we have these, this skincare that Osmosis gives us this most flawless, beautiful skin. So yeah, all we do need is the mascara and the lip gloss and some eyeliner, and this, the skin is beautiful. So
makeup's changing. Makeup's changing in our industry. People don't need it as much for the tragic reasons we know about. They're at home or they're wearing a mask, and they just, people are changing their habits. So we're definitely trying to focus in on exactly only what women need, and not having too many of the excess. So yeah, I've tried to push them along. Their makeup, it moves slower than skincare in a lot of ways, and so we'll see. We're hoping to move stuff out. We're looking at potentially. We're throwing in a couple of new packaging things as we evolve into 2021. So you'll see some changes there too, and better packaging. I saw someone just ask about, because I haven't been reading the comments, but I just saw one asking about the color of catalyst. And you just have to remember that color of catalyst is an indicator of its increased potency, and it is no loss to the color. But I get that people would rather, if they could, work around that color. If I could make it white, I would. But I will say, my latest version of the not dark catalyst, which would be about 75% potency by my estimation, failed. It failed the test. So I thought I was going to have that out by the end of the year. That's looking like maybe somewhere between March and June. I have to go back to the drawing board. Really, really challenging to make. The chemists are scratching their head. You can't believe the modifications we're having to make just to try to keep the formula stable. So it is it's definitely on my high list of importance, but it's the most challenging formula I'm putting together right now.
I totally understand, and we don't want to change it and then it be less effective. So I'll take the color all day long
as a backup option. It would only be as an alternative. Like, for example, I will not stop using Catalyst, but I get why some people with fairer skin or for whatever reasons. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, I'm going to write down all these questions that have come through, and I'll get with you later. So I'll post, guys, the answers to your comments throughout the day. So because I know you're a busy man, I don't want to keep you, but it was so wonderful. Thank you again so much for being with us. We'll have to do it again, and thank you for just always just bringing so much to this industry and making sure our customers, our clients can be so beautiful.
Well, thank you, Leah. Let me just say thank you to you for being such a great voice in the industry and being a voice of wisdom and reason. And your followers are very passionate about you. I love that.
Oh,
And we always love being on. So I'm happy to give you the goods. And yeah, you know, whenever you want me on, we love it. We love educating people. And I can tell, you know, one of the cool things about your I don't want to say customer base as much as your followers is that they're intellectually curious, that they push and they want more knowledge, they want to understand. And so yeah, your passion is infectious, and such a pleasure to share in that. And thanks for having me today.
Thank you so much. You made my day. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for being here.
Bye.
And we'll
Thanks,
see you next
everybody.
time. Bye.